how do I actually collaborate with my team? So again, we went through getting into teams in the first place. Then what are these channels that I'm looking at? Okay, now how do I create a team or join a team? So now you're in the team. How do you actually collaborate? So this one, there's a ton of different ways, as you can see down here, whether it be pinning the channel, which I'll show you how to do. You can start a conversation in the channel, and that'll go to everyone that's in your solution team. You can reach out to someone one-on-one. You all can all collaborate on a file, on a whiteboard even. You can meet now and have a meeting within your team, multiple interactive meetings at one time. Whatever is the best for what you need at that time. And it's going to be 3 days of, I guarantee, using probably all of these. So let me show you what that will look like. All right. So when we go into this team, this is where I want to show you the sample team. So I have been added to this as my solution team. This is just a sample team here. Again, the sample team, the team that you're on, it's going to be created off of that team builder that we showed before. So you don't have to do any of this channel creation. It will be created for you, whether you created the team or whether you're joining that team that's already been created. So if I want to pin this channel, then I actually can just click these 3 ellipses and click pin. So that will mean that it comes to the top of my team, of my team's environment. So it's a pin channel, comes to the top. I know that I'm going to be collaborating with them more than probably any of these other channels. Super easy to do. I'm going to unpin it just so you know, but you just look for those 3 dots and you click pin. That's, for me within my team's environment every day, I do pin the people that I collaborate with the most. You can do that in a chat too within Teams, depending on what you need most. So say that I want to post out, say I just organized this team and I want to post out to everybody on the team. I'm actually going to come down here. And it says new conversation here because no one's posted anything yet. It says, okay, let's get the conversation started. You click new conversation and you would just add in whatever you want. Hey, team. So people can reply directly, but every single person that's in that channel is going to be able to see this, right? And you can add fun stuff. I mean, you can add any file that you want. You can change the font here, just like in a regular, any type of regular Word doc. You can add in emojis, GIFs. You can maybe put in like a sticker or a meme. Now, here's the kicker. You can also click Meet Now. There is this button here, and then there's also this button at the top. If you click on Meet, then what's going to happen is it will say you can add a subject if you want. You can turn on your video if you want. Oh, Dave replied. Perfect. Did you see that notification that popped up? It said Dave replied to the conversation. So awesome. So you can add in a subject, but when you click Meet Now everyone within that channel is going to get a notification that you want the team to meet, right? So this is if you want everyone to be involved, which a lot of times, since we're collaborating so closely over these 3 days, you're going to want to do. Now, if you don't want every single person to be involved, oh, best team ever. I agree. So I'm going to heart that. Thanks, Dave. So if you just want to communicate, say I just want to communicate with Dave, I don't want every single person to have to be involved because Dave has a certain skill, say, that I want to ask him about, then I can just come over to my chat. So you'll see I went from Teams to chat. Chat is more for like one-on-one or a small group conversation, but I'm going to go up and I'm actually going to go find Dave. So I click on this new message button. And it says enter name, email, super simple. So I'm just going to look for Dave. Now, Dave is the organizer. and I click on his name and I can just ask him, did you check out the new file? And this, as you can see, is within your chat tab, and it's only going directly to Dave. You can add in multiple people if you want. Say I want to add in Dave and Sarah, for example. You can add 2 people into a chat. Doesn't have to be just one-on-one, but this is more for if you don't want every single person to be involved in the conversation. From here with Dave, I can do the same version of Meet Now. I can call him and we can have a call just on our own. If you're on another call and you want to start a call, the other call will just be paused. So you can actually do multiple Meet Now type of situations at the same time and revert back to the call that you were on once you're done with the current call. So lots of options here. And again, same thing as if you're posting in the larger group, you have a lot of formatting, a lot of emojis, anything that you want, the best way to express whatever you need to express is all down here. So that is pinning the channel, starting the conversation within the actual channel, taking it out to a chat and collaborating with someone more on one-on-one or small group basis. Now I want to show you more on getting outside of just messaging and looking at co-authoring and then also whiteboarding, because it might be an easier way for you to express, to brainstorm, to make sure that you're collaborating in other ways. So right now you can see in this channel, I am on posts right here. So if I go over to files, now I uploaded this, there we go, 8 hours ago. It's just a sample document. Anything that I post in this channel as a file, it will automatically be saved into this files tab. So this is my sample document, but anything else that anyone ever shares here, whether it be a PowerPoint, doesn't have to be a Word document, any type of file is going to be stored here. So anyone within your channel will be able to see it and use it. Now, if I go into this sample doc, I can pull it up actually within my team's environment. And if Dave or anyone else on the team wants to collaborate, they will actually show up in a different color. And you can see them typing. There we go. There he is. He's in blue. You can see him typing in real time. So we can actually co-author in real time together. We can, if I want to, I can take this out of Teams, say that I want to multitask, and I just want to open this up in my desktop app in Word. I can just click Open in Desktop app. And I won't do that now because I don't want to, let's see. Go here, cancel that. But as you can see, lots of different ways. So let me go back and show you that again so that we can make sure you know where to go if you want to collaborate. So within your channel, there's posts. But if you ever want to share any files, the files will all be stored here. You just click on this. This link brings it up in Teams. But you also have the options to open it up in an app, in the app itself, so in this case, Microsoft Word, or in your browser separately. So lots of different options there. If you download it, it's going to download a local copy, so no one will be able to co-author with you like you saw Dave doing. But as long as you open it in one of these 3 areas, everyone can co-author and see everything together. So this is files, can do the same thing on PowerPoint, for example. Another option, though, that we've been utilizing, oh, here we go. So it says Dave mentioned you, and let's click on it and see what's up. So Dave mentioned at Samantha Brown, I made some updates to this, right? That's a super typical example, thanks, Dave, of something that might happen, right? You're collaborating on a document or a PowerPoint presentation, and I want to go in and I want to see what he did. So I might just click on this and look at the edits that he made. Oh, he added the word Wednesday, I guess. But yes, awesome example. And as you can see, just allows for this real-time collaboration. You don't have to go search through your emails. You don't have to go and remember where the file was stored that you shared with one person in a one-off conversation. It's all going to be in the context that you need it without you having to search constantly to remember where it is. Another thing that you can do super easily is Microsoft Whiteboard. So I'm just going to show you this. Now, I just wrote example. I'm going to use my pen here. Hello. You can write on this and you can share this out with your team. You can actually put in like a sticky note. Make sure to check on the brainstorming doc. You can add in text if you want through a text box, whatever you want to do. Whiteboard is a really great way. You know, I did a lot of like demonstrations in person with customers, and Whiteboard has really been helping me because it allows me to collaborate in real time with them and not just share a document. You know, it's a more engaging experience. So the whole team can use Whiteboard, and then what you can do is you can come up here and you can export the image, which we recommend doing that just to make sure that you have it. You can put it in the team, whatever you need, but it's just another way to make sure that you have the collaboration tools that you need all in one spot. So this is just whiteboard.microsoft.com, super accessible. Encourage you to play around with that. So we went over, let's do a little review here. We went over creating the actual channel. Once you get into the channel, pinning it, starting the conversation here or within a chat, all the things that you can do within a chat, the Meet Now function. And then in terms of collaborating, we went over co-authoring and then also using Microsoft Whiteboard. Any questions on any of those?
We do not have any questions on the feed right now.
Okay.
And I was probably distracted reading and publishing. Did we cover earlier notifications?
We did. The very beginning, and that's a good point. Let's bring it back up one more time, because as you are going through this, you'll notice that you saw Dave's notification, for example, when he tagged me in this post. You might not want to see those all the time. It totally depends on your preference. I know people that really want to see them and be notified and people that don't. So it's all up to you, but you can easily change those notification systems. We'll go over it one more time. Up here, you just go to your settings, and there's only 3 on here. It's notifications, right? So you can change the notifications that you get within chats and meetings, anything else. You can say if you want sound or not, any type of emails that you want, or you can completely customize it. So that's where you will go in to set those, and you'll probably change those over time. Another thing that I really recommend is just getting into Teams and playing around, especially this last section on collaborating once you're actually in the team. It just comes with practice, right? And it's something that I'm in every single day, but if you've never seen it before, it just takes a couple of times of understanding where things are, whether it be where to collaborate with a whole team, where to collaborate with just a one-on-one or a small group, and where to actually share out and what tools to use there. But the good news is Teams is this all-in-one interface. So every tool that you're using at least is contained in here, and everything that you share out with your team is persistently saved in here. So it will hopefully be a very clear and simple experience for you as you join the hackathon. We want you to focus on the idea and building and not have to worry about all the technical difficulties.
All right. No other questions, but I do want to just mention, Sam showed Whiteboard through just the Whiteboard app. You can share a whiteboard inside of a Teams Meet Now. Recently learned, though, just if you do that, use the recommendation to export it, though. It can be a little bit tricky to try to find that whiteboard after the fact, especially as a guest user and a tenant using Meet Now. But you can share your desktop or share a whiteboard just like you can share a desktop in a Teams meeting. And unfortunately, we can't really show you that because we're in a meeting, so it makes it a little bit more difficult to do that, but we'll provide some screenshots afterwards.